You know, a lot of people ask me, hey, why do you recommend 120 hertz on a Samsung Q8FN on 1440p or 1080p? What's the reason for it? Well, first, let's get this one thing straight. I understand that these games are not encoded at 120 frames per second. Okay, the Xbox GPU, it's not doing 120 frames per second on these games. Tops, it's 60 FPS on certain games. And I'm not saying that you're going to get that 120 frames per second. I know you're not going to get it. But I still believe that you get a little bit of a benefit by switching to 120 hertz. And that's what I'm trying to do in this video, to show you that when you switch to 120 hertz, your user interface becomes less bottlenecky, meaning everything runs much smoother, much faster. You can easily access and exit instead of having it run in a 4K 60 hertz and HDR. Okay, with YUV 422 or 444, this is a much faster experience in my opinion. Now, having said that, I'm not saying that you're gonna get 120 frames per second. No game on the Xbox that's running 120 frames per second. Okay, tops they run at 60 FPS, but still you're going to notice a little bit of smoother experience by playing it like this. Okay, and I'll take one example. I'll take, let's see what we can choose from here. I'm going to choose something randomly. Let's choose, well, here's a good example. Let's choose this game, Everspace. Let's choose the Everspace, and you'll see just like how smoother the experience is with 120 hertz. And yes, this is encoded to 120 hertz. You guys won't be able to see the 120 hertz on this video. This video it's encoded to 60 FPS, but I think even with this 60 FPS 1080p, you might be able to see a little bit of that smoothness that I'm talking about. And you guys can do this test yourself. Don't take my word for it. You guys can do this test yourself. You can switch between 120 hertz and then a 4K and HDR, and you will see how less bottleneck your input lag is going to be on this controller. Do this test yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Go out there, do it yourself. You don't have to listen to me. Do it yourself. And if you don't like it, hey man, no one's charging you money for it. You can always skip and go back to your original settings. It's that simple. I'm using this one game as one example, so let's continue really quick because it's in space and there's a lot of movements. And I just noticed
activating automatic assistance. Stand by.
Assistance?
I have to turn down the volume because I want to talk. I just noticed a less more of that input lag. Sure, there's still input lag here. You're always going to have that input lag, but it's less more noticeable when you have less stress on your system. You got to remember, when you have a 8.3 million pixels selected with HDR and YUV 422 or 444, you are using a very high resolution with a 60 hertz refresh rate and 10-bit color, UHD 10-bit color. When you have all of that stuff selected, that's putting a hell of a lot more pressure onto your television. And then your television is going to have a more difficult time processing all that with your console. Okay? I believe switching to 120 hertz on some games, maybe not this game, for example, okay, but on some games, I think you're going to benefit. Games like Halo, games like Gears, you're going to benefit a much more smoother experience. And yes, you're not going to see 120 frames per second. No console is able to output 120 frames per second. You got to have a PC for that. I'm not saying that you're going to get 120 frames per second here. I never said that, nor am I ever saying that. I'm simply saying you should try this because you're going to see for yourself I want you to see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Try it out and let me know. But remember, if you don't have a television that supports 120 hertz, then what's the point? Then you're not going to see or notice any difference. Let's try something else. So you see how quickly this is. For example, going back to the home, switching to another game. Let's switch to, for example, let's go over here, click to My Games. Let's go click on, let's see, Call of Duty Black Ops. Let's click on that really quick, and you're going to see how quickly that runs. I just noticed that you get a hell of a lot more smoother experience by selecting the oh, there's an update. Oh, forget it, man. I'm not doing the update. That's why I hate these online games. There's so many goddamn updates, man. Let's try something other. Let's try, for example, let's do Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive. Let's do that really quick. Let's select that. I'm sure you guys are going to notice just how quickly I'm browsing through all my library and how quickly I'm able to access these games. The reason I recommend this is because you are going to notice less bottleneck on your Xbox One X. You know, and I've been testing this. I've been kind of messing around with this, and I came to the conclusion that I get smoother experience. And believe me, it is smoother. Right now, what you're looking at a video, and I'm looking at my Samsung Q8FN, which I had to bring my Samsung Q8FN, put it in the office, just so I can look at it, so I can play it from there, and look at it while I'm playing. Which is right over here. I'm sorry, I put it right over there, and just for the duration of this demo and test. And I noticed that smoothness, dude. Me switching to 4K and then switching to 1080p, 120 hertz, and unchecking all these other, unchecking everything else, which is right over here. Let me show you. Unchecking all of this crap. I've just noticed definitely much better, smoother experience. You know, you have to uncheck 422. You don't need this because you're not going to be using HDR, so therefore you don't need the 10-bit. You need the 8-bit color. So you don't need the HDR because you're not going to be using HDR. You unselect this. You don't need the 4K because you're not going to be using 4K. You unselect this. The only reason I left these two checked marked is because I don't know what region you are living. Some regions on this planet, on this world, they have 50 hertz and 24 hertz. So I don't know. But even when you select 1080p, 120 hertz like this, try it. You will notice a significant improvement on your console. Now, for those of you who want to experience 4K and HDR, I don't suggest that you use this. I only suggest that you use this if you're somebody who plays a lot of Call of Duty. Black Ops, Mortal Kombat, Dead or Alive, first-person shooter type of games. If you're somebody who plays those types of games, I think you will benefit a little bit from this. You're going to get a less of an input lag on your controller. Okay? And this is the reason why I'm recommending this. And you've seen how quickly I'm moving from a game to a selection of the library. I can easily do that. And then go back to the game. Go back to the game quickly. Read my messages. Look how fast all of this is going. This is going all super fast. I can go back to the game right now. That's it. Just go back to my game. And then I can go start fighting. Fight. Okay, we're going to select somebody randomly here. All right, here we go. We'll select something randomly. Let's go here on the Paradise. And just keep an eye on my controller here. I'm going to show you something. Keep an eye on this controller. I'm going to try to keep my controller like this, just so you guys can see just how smooth this is. And I'm going to look at my TV, which is right over there.
We settle this.
Look, I know that this video is going to have a difficult time, you know, recording all of this. There might be even delay because I'm recording 60 FPS with 120 hertz that's encoded, and this capture card is trying to keep up with that 120 frames, 120 hertz refresh rate. So basically, my capture card right now is trying to keep up with that 120 hertz. It's recording at 60 FPS and it's trying to keep up with 120 hertz refresh rate. And look that there's barely any I mean, there's some input lag, but it's a less noticeable input lag, man. And it just runs better. Hey, look at that. Done. I finished her. I won! I won! Oh my lord! Oh my goodness! Look! She cut herself up a little bit here. Alright, let's go ahead to another game. And you'll see how quickly I can go back home, click on another game, click my games and apps, go over here, the ones that are installed, go like this, go like that, click on whatever I want to click, really fast, really quick, whatever I want to choose. Let's say I want to choose Fight Night Champion, I can go click on that. I mean, it's very, very easy, dude. Okay, let's try Red Dead Redemption 2, like, for the goof. Let's just try Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's see how well that runs on this 120 hertz 1080p. Let's see what's the input lag. Now, please keep in mind, this game, it's running at 30 FPS. So I know you're not going to be getting 120 FPS on this game. But I think by putting less stress onto your system, by putting less stress onto your television, I think you're going to have a much better, lower input lag, a less of a bottleneck. And I want you guys to try this. I don't want this video to be hearsay. Go ahead and try it. If you have Samsung Q8FN, if you have 120 hertz, try. Why won't you try it? Okay, I don't care if you don't like me, but why won't you try it? Am I charging you money to try it? It's free. Go ahead and try it. See for yourself. Instead of typing to me down on the comment sections some comments that I'm never going to approve, why don't you try it yourself and see for yourself? That is, if you have this television. If you don't have the television, well, too freaking bad. All right, let's move on. I'm not here trying to be a smartass. I'm just here trying to help you guys out. That's all that this is. Me trying to help you out. And if my help is not appreciated, well, cover your ears. Too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. All right? So let's see how this is. That was my only one F-bomb that I dropped. Just one in this entire video. And I dropped it because it was necessary to drop it. So I can come across the point. Which I know my subscribers understand. But this is for those other idiots out there who don't get it. All right? They think I'm trying to BS everybody, put some bullshit out there. There's no bullshit here, guys. This is just me trying to help you out. That's all it is. And if you don't have the television that I'm talking about, then you can't utilize this. If you don't have a 120 hertz monitor, then you can't utilize this. Then you're wasting your time watching this video. Okay?
Mr. Jim? Mr. Jim?
Hey,
There's a telegram messenger for you.
This looks smooth, actually. This looks very smooth.
there is? Okay.
I notice it, like on the television right now, when I'm looking at it, I notice that the things are kind of
No idea.
looking a bit smoother.
Someone wants to give me a big pile of
And look at the controller, man. Look how smooth that is.
I say 'em.
You're getting a much lesser input lag. Here, hold on. Now, I know this is a 30 FPS game. There's nothing I can do about this. It's encoded to be locked at 30 FPS. All right? But I think on your television, when you try this, you are going to notice a less of that input lag. And why not have a little bit more, just slightly more smoother experience? Why not try it? Why not at least give this a try? And let me know the difference between you switching to a 4K HDR and then you switching to a 1080p or 1440p 120 hertz. But at least give it a try. At least give this a try. Okay? Yeah, this looks a bit smoother.
Everyone wants a piece of Jim Milton now, don't they?
Yeah, this definitely looks a bit smoother to me. Especially on a controller, guys. On a controller, look at this. Look how quickly I can move him around. No input lag. I mean, there's some input lag, but it's slightly decreased. The input lag that's from here, it's decreased to here. Okay, does that make sense? The input lag that was here on the 4K, it's decreased to here. Now, you can take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. I don't give a shit. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm not charging you money. But at least you can try it. At least you yourself once and to see if this works for you. Again, not to be repeating myself gazillions of times, but I'm just trying to help you out. Well, let's try another game. While we're here, let's try something else. And look how quickly I can do this. Click on my games and apps and just look at this. Look how quickly I did that, how fast I'm running through all of this. Let's click on The Witcher. Let's click on The Witcher really quick. You know. Now, I know you're going to say, but Mr. 4K, I didn't buy my Xbox One X to enjoy lousy 1080p or 1440p. I know that. But I'm simply saying maybe you should give this a try. Maybe you're not looking for that clarity. Maybe you're not looking for that HDR. Maybe you want something a bit smoother. Or maybe something a bit faster. All right, here we go. I haven't played this game in a while. It'll be interesting to see how this looks. Let's see how much the loading time is going to be. I'm curious to see how the loading time is going to be. Remember, guys, I have tested a bunch of different stuff. I have a bunch of televisions. I got a bunch of monitors. And I'm always testing. I'm always experimenting. That's what I try to do on my channel. I try to experiment. And I try to come to some conclusion as to for whom this might be. There's a reason why they have this update of 120 hertz. You know, they didn't put this for no reason there. The Phil Spencer did this because he wants you to have some options. Remember, Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Look at that. Look how fast that is, man.
Go, go.
Oh my God. Look at that, man. Just look how fast that is. I definitely notice it. My camera is going to have a difficult time. Here's the thing. This camera doesn't do 60 FPS. It only do 30 FPS. So there's going to be some delay between this, what you see here, and then what you're seeing on the screen. But you'll have to trust me. This is just much smoother, dude. This is definitely smoother. 100% more smoother.
Let's go.
I can easily see myself now playing this game like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is, so here's the thing. Why not try this? Again, I know, here we go again, repeating myself, but why not try it? Why not try it, dude? Why not give this a try? Why not give this a try? Why keep yourself stuck at one, way of playing?
Whoa.
I think you guys, when you try this, I think you guys will have a much more smoother experience. Yes, the resolution is not going to be crispy clean. It's not going to be crispy sharp. But you're going to say to yourself, hey man, this is kind of smooth. Maybe I can finish this game playing it like this with a much smoother experience. Yeah, this is definitely better, dude. Definitely better. And like I said, there's a reason why Phil Spencer gave you this option. There's a reason why he gave you this ability to have this. Okay? Let's save the game. Can we save the game? Let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's save it. And then I'm gonna exit. I can easily exit, go back to the home. That's it. There we go. Very fast, as you can see it right now. So, give this a try, guys. All I'm asking is for you to at least give it a try. I'm not saying that this is how you should play. I know there's a reason why you bought that 4K television, why you bought that HDR 4K television. There's a reason, because you want to experience 4K and HDR and Dolby Vision. But I think you still owe it to yourself. If you have a capable 120 hertz television, and if you have a capable 120 hertz monitor, you owe it to yourself to at least give this a try. At least try it once. That's what I tell people. At least try it once. I'm doing my best here, trying to show this to you. And you can tell that I'm not BSing. You can see that I'm running it at 120 hertz. There it is, refresh rate. And yes, I understand. The maximum these games will run at 60 FPS. But I think 60 FPS, when it's multiplying that with 120 hertz refresh rate, you're still going to get a better, smoother experience than using the 4K. 4K is going to give you the input lag, because you're using 8.3 million pixels, dude, with a 60 hertz, and then 10-bit color HDR. That puts a lot of stress onto your system. That's me sitting on top of your head, and then maybe another dude on top of my head, and another guy on top of his head that weighs about 300, 400 pounds. That puts a lot of stress onto your television. In a basic layman terms, I'm trying to explain this to everyday Joe and Mary, so they can get some sense of what I'm trying to say. And please don't try to educate me about how the refresh rate works. Educate yourself on how refresh rate works. Okay? And don't bother typing me some bullshit in the comments, because I review every and each comment, and your comment will never see a light of day, period, guaranteed. So you're just wasting your keyboard and you're wasting your time. I'm not here to act smart ass. I'm just here to try to help people out. And I'm trying to give you some options here. If you don't like my options, then don't use it. I'm not making this for certain individuals. I'm making this video for everybody out there who want to try this out. Not everyone will want to try this out, but I'm pretty sure there's people out there who are going to try this out and give this a try. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to like it, but at least they're going to try it. Why? Because it's free. I'm not charging you goddamn money for it. It's free. You can try it. All right. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching it. I know it's a long video, but I had to go through these games, and I even went out of my way to connect my Samsung Q8FN to put it in the office just so I can see the difference between what I'm seeing here on the screen and then what I'm seeing on a television. Okay, so I hope this video gives you a little bit of understanding as to maybe why you should consider switching to 120 hertz. Doesn't have to be 1080p, it could be 1440p. It's just that I chose 1080p 120 hertz refresh rate for this demo. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to catch you soon. Have a good one, though. I mean, I'm going to see you soon. I'm not going to catch you. Where am I going to catch you? I'm going to see you soon on the comment sections with your profile avatars. Take care.